posted down there, but nothing about the election.
Okay.
Well, a group of us students who had shared goals, we decided to run together in order to make positive change on the campus. And we were running together, campaigning, and in support of each other. We have been disqualified, all 7 of us, from as candidates in student government, which is half the ballot.
I feel like it's kind of unjust what they did. I mean, we were disqualified with no real reason given to us why we were disqualified. The only reason that we were given was really kind of vague. It was a section that said that we weren't able to campaign or have supporters campaign for us or posters within 200 feet of the voting area, and we were well outside of that area, and we even asked where we were standing, and we were given the okay by some of the officials.
We put a lot of time into this. We worked really hard to connect with people. Went in front of my classes and told them we want to stand for these things, and everyone got really pumped for the change. We're representing the students, and I feel like it's shown me that politics has always been like this, and that was my first thought when I first entered this. I was like, I don't want to get into politics, it can get dirty, and it actually is.
I have used my time and money to go through the efforts of trying to connect with the student body and to express what I would like to do as far as reforming. And I feel that there's been this backlash from the higher-ups handing down rules to the election committee of what is and isn't appropriate, but I feel what I have done has been totally appropriate. And really there's been this reflection upon myself lately that what are the students thinking that I sent over here to vote, and they had a very negative experience, and that reflects right back on me.
Over the 2 days of elections, we feel that there was a lot of misconduct and very disrespectful behavior toward the students on behalf of the elections committee who ran the booth for the elections. And we have filed our complaints, and in the end, it turns out that we have been disqualified.
I think it caught all of us by surprise.
We had different reasons delivered to us right around 9:30, 10 o'clock by email.
After we inquired and turned in our complaints, there's been no response at all, and so we're kind of just left hanging, wondering what's going on.
We've been bouncing around and trying to figure out what they've been doing as far as counting the votes. We have no idea who even won so far. We had 7 people be disqualified for vague reasons, even after the election. So even for minor things such as paperwork being not all the way filled out, even though they made it all the way through the election ended, and then they said that they didn't have the adequate paperwork. Yeah.
Are they just going to appoint everybody, like monarchy?
I mean, we kind of knew a little bit what we were getting into when we first started doing it, and that's why we got together as a group with kind of the same beliefs and what we want to change here, and that's why we got together. And I kind of feel a little kind of discriminated because we were all trying to do reform, and I think they were kind of against the reform that we want to do, and that's why they did what they did.
We feel that it's been politically motivated and that we've been discriminated against due to the fact that we've been running on reform and change on campus.
It seems like really bad timing. I mean, the whole lawsuit that's going on right now for handing out the constitutions around campus, now it's us getting disqualified and not really giving any reason why, just kind of vague, and kind of with no rules. It seems like no free speech, really.
Ellen Cusano, the whole thing with the lawsuit in federal court, and then this now, it just shows that there's something sneaky going on up there, and it's affecting all of us, and my attitude towards the election process. And
what I ended up feeling was that should I even try and get back into the student body government? I mean, I want to do good, but I don't want to work underneath someone who gives the rules down from the top to the lowers that just don't seem ethical.
I really feel like the students get involved in this type of community work, working with the university, working with the community and students from a spirit of aloha and to do good. And they come in with this, I'm a little bit older, 30 now, so I'm a little bit more seasoned in all of this. But, I see these young students wanting to get involved and do good things, and they're met with a kind of a system where they're taught how to be opportunistic and in a lot of ways just selfish, and I think it's really scary that we are creating an environment and supporting an environment which will turn these, young students into teaching them unethical practices. And I think it's the utmost importance to change that, because if we do, I think that if we have a campus center, a university, which can respond to the students and include them in the process, inspire them and engage them, that after they graduate, they will get involved not only, in the politics of the university, but when they graduate, in the politics of the local community and globe.
And I feel like it's a time in the world where everyone's becoming more conscious of these things, and we are trying to rise up in the real world and in the school systems, and we keep getting the hammer on us, but I don't think any of us are going to go down without, speaking our minds.